Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 10.
What's up, Ken?
Hey, Jim, man, 10 episodes. I can't believe you put up with me for like almost 2.5 months. I usually don't keep friends that long. So either you're a special guy or I'm just minding my.
I don't know how I've done it either, to be honest. I mean, after, always messaging me again whenever you get an offer.
What should I do? WWJD. I'm going with that philosophy. What would Jimmy do?
I don't even know what he would do half the time. Like, normally, I would just take the offer, but.
Well, you know what? Now you're going to have to do WWKD. What we can do, because I figured it out. I figured out the eBay algorithm and how to. I've blown through most all of my inventory. Sales are just incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how to do this now. It's all about the listing and the timing. What you do is.
All right, I think we're live.
Okay. Sonia, are you there? Are you there, Sonia? Did we do it?
We did it. We did it.
Yay, we took over the podcast.
We broke in. Yes.
I don't think I could do another week of dad jokes, so I'm glad that we took over. Wait a minute. If we're going to be real about this whole thing.
Right?
Right?
Yes.
My head is much bigger because I have hair and Ken doesn't. So
right.
That is not fitting my head. There. Is that better?
Yes.
Hi, this is SSKPromo, Mr. Bill, El Luchador, and every other person that I have in my head. Anyway.
Right.
Okay, I can't do it. I'm done with that. Okay. Hi.
Much better. Hi. How have you been?
Good.
Good.
Busy, but good.
Yes. So. Busy's good.
Yeah. Well, you want to make fun of the boys?
We can. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
It's easy.
Right. They leave us a lot of things to make fun of, don't they?
Right. Yes, they do.
Well, so maybe we should just tell everybody who we really are. I mean, they're going to probably figure it out, but we should probably tell. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I am Jimmy, old school Uncle B's wife, Sonia. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Breaking in.
Okay. And I'm Jill. I'm Ken's like I said, SSKPromo, Luchador, Mr. Bill, whatever, his not wife. Just the person who puts up with him.
Yes.
That's my role in life. That's a full-time job, actually. So
it is, right?
Right? Oh my gosh. Hey, I was wondering just a couple things. So, I think, that old phrase about like behind every, I don't know, mediocre man or great women.
Yes.
Yes. So, all right. So I want to know, because we met at the reseller rally,
we did.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. But I have some questions that I was thinking about when planning this. So
okay.
You ready for my questions?
I am.
Okay.
I am ready.
Okay. So, I want to know, like, what do you like best about, do I want to know what you like best? What's it like being married to a celebrity reseller?
Yes, a celebrity. Yes, it's very difficult. No. It's good. It's good. He's a good guy. He loves this job, so it's great to see him excel at it and learn more and more all the time. So that's been really fun, and he's had tough jobs in the past, so this is good to see that it's not as much hard labor work. It's still a lot of work, but he loves this, and I am excited for him to see where this goes. So it's good. It's good.
What did he do before?
He was a mechanic. He was a diesel mechanic.
Oh, really?
Yep. He worked on HVACs for a while on the big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's done mechanic work most of his life. So it was hard.
Wow.
But yeah, much easier on his bones and his body now for this job. But yeah.
I was thinking it has to be a whole lot different for you, because I look behind you and I see all of the merchandise, right? And there's nothing behind me except for the stuff in my typical den, right? Since Ken and I actually live in two different cities.
Yes.
But I would have to echo the fact that Ken is a good guy too, and this is not making fun of them because we're talking serious here for a second. But I love that he has found this to do.
Yeah,
he managed multi-site print shops in a couple different counties for like 32 years, and through a series of I don't even know what to call them, incidents, unfortunate incidents, whatever.
Right.
Found himself like, hey, what do I do now?
Right.
And I was really glad that he found this, and not only that, but the community. So I think
absolutely right. Yes, it's a great community, and I cannot stress. I know he will run across new people and just talk about this, but it is so good for him mentally, physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has been the best thing that's happened to him.
Yeah,
for us, honestly, for us. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now here's a real question. This is my number one question I wanted to ask you. Between the two of you, who's actually the better picker?
Jimmy's the much better picker. Yes. I luck of the draw. I don't know what happens. Sometimes when I'm out there, it just happens that I stumble upon something that's worth anything, actually. So no, he's much better. He's got the eye. So such a good eye. He just, I don't know. It feels like he's been doing this forever. So like, he runs across stuff so easily. It's like it just falls in his hands. And I love it. Like, I don't know where he comes home with some of this stuff sometimes. It's crazy.
Well, I thought you were going to say you, because I will tell you, at the reseller rally, when we went out, you know, or whatever it is, right vernacular is okay, so I remember this one sale. I have this penchant for old pictures, and I don't know why, because all I do is I buy them and then I stick them in a cupboard and I never look at them again, right? And so I picked up the silver picture that said Pan Am on it, and I'm like, it was like no money whatsoever.
No.
I'm like, just put it back, Jill. You
don't need
picture that you're not going to use and anything. I set it back down. You pick it up. You guys sell it for like $2,000.
I think it was close to 200, but yeah.
I know. And so I keep telling Ken, I'm going to work and work and work until I can make up to you the fact that I said it.
I said it down.
It's like, look at this picture. And I'm like, dang it.
I know.
But I would have stuck it in a cupboard. So I'm glad you guys got it and could sell it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes me different from Jimmy is he kind of sticks to the same path. So the toys, the new in the box, and I am always looking for that trinket that might be worth something, that picture. Yeah, it's crazy. So I think that's why it kind of helps us both, because I know what he's looking for, but I kind of want to venture away from that and see what else is out there, you know? So yeah, that was just a fortunate stumble.
It was awesome. Does he do what Ken does? We went to that Seville citywide garage sale this past week, and he will go through a sale like lightning.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm potting behind him.
I'm picking up everything.
Yeah. Did you see this? Yeah. And then I end up talking to everybody at the sale. All right. So anyway.
Yes. Yep. Nope. I do the same thing. He will go in and he's right back out, and I'm like, I want to look. Like there's nothing here. Let's go.
There was one, we went to one, it was an estate sale in these people's house in Seville. And so we went in there and I was looking at like all these little things that I see. I think sometimes I look at stuff from my childhood and think, well, this has to have some value, but really, does anybody want a David Cameron do anything? But anyway. And so I am still looking at things. I cannot even find him. Right.
Yes.
And then I see he's out in the driveway, and he's got this shirt, and it's got Dr. Evil on the front of it, and he's like holding it up and he's doing an Instagram live. It's like reseller show and tell. Look, everybody, I got this shirt. And I'm like, what's so special about this Dr. Evil shirt? And he's like, well, it's got, when I forget what he called it, but I always call it like single digit stitching. Single stitch, whatever. Yep. Okay, whatever. And he's like so excited, like this little boy, like, look what I found, everybody. I found this shirt. Like, I don't even understand what's happening here.
I know. Sometimes I'm the same way. I'm like, what is so great about what you just found? He's like, oh, just wait. I
know. I don't get it. You know, I love it. It was really, the first day we went, it's always really hot there. And we actually go for the weekend. And so I had only packed tank tops, right? And so it was cold the one day. And so I happened across this sale where everything smelled fresh and clean. Yeah. And so I bought a zip up hoodie.
Perfect.
And probably about 4 hours later, when I took it off, when it was warm enough, when I took it off, I went, oh, it still had the $5 sticker, like the piece of tape with $5 on the shoulder. And I looked at Ken, he goes, yeah, I know. You've been wearing Thanks.
He let you walk around with
Hey, that's $5
Jimmy
sticker.
says, how do you know you're a reseller? You have like $5, $1 stickers somewhere on you at some point during the day. Yes.
I'm pretty sure though, if Ken thought for a minute that he could like get any money for me, but I'm vintage, but I'm not single stitch. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right.
I'm rusty and creaky and
no amount of money. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. But he does have this tendency to, when he first started, and he's like, hey, I think I'm going to sell things on eBay. And so I'm like, I want to help. Right.
Yeah.
So I had all these minimally worn Asics size 9 running shoes because I had an issue with running shoes.
Yes.
And when I finally went and got my gait, down at Fleet Feet, and they'll put you on a treadmill and watch you, and they're like, you need 9.5s.
Oh,
wow. Books 9.5. So I had an entire wardrobe of size 9 Asics. And so when he first started, I'm like, people are going to think you have a problem. Like, here's 20 pairs of size 9 Asics.
Right. What's happening here?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. But he also does things like, the other night I blew a breaker in my garage, and I was on the video chat with him. Right. I went down the basement and I went through the side into the work side where the electrical box is. And I'm not lying to you. I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, okay, I blew a breaker, blah, blah, blah. I got to go check the electrical box. And as I'm walking through the one part of my basement, he goes, money, money, money. Yeah. And I'm like, what? And here's like, from my childhood are all these web lawn chairs, like 8 of them. And he's like, those are a lot of money. And I'm like, are you going to steal them out of my basement? Yeah. I didn't even know I had.
Look, look the other way.
You just need to come to my basement. But everything that I do and sell, he like pulls the phone out to check soul comps on it,
Yes.
No, my goodness.
So funny. I mean, it's just part of it's just repetitive now, right? Like everything they touch, everything they look at is looked up, which is good. That's how you learn, right? But man, all the time. But
do you ever think about going full time?
I have tried the last couple years. We thought it was going to be this year, but then with stuff happening, we just weren't sure about how the economy was going to go. So kind of pushed it back again. I really thought this year by August I was going to be full time, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But it's our goal. It's one of our goals. So yeah, I mean, both the kids, Logan's graduated this year, so it's going to be easier when I do. So, but yeah.
What do you do? I don't even know what you do. Right?
I am a title clerk for MHC.
Okay.
Yep. I do all the new truck title work. So anything we sell that's new. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Been in the trucking industry forever. Feels like forever, since I was probably 20. So
wow.
I don't know how that happened.
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I wish. Yes, that's right.
That's awesome. I watch Ken, and I watch all the I'm learning all these terms and that I didn't know before.
Right.
Okay, so I would call it going to garage sales and going to the Salvation Army and the Goodwill and all that, right? Okay, sourcing or thrifting or whatever it is and I watch him do that, and then I watch him have to take pictures and find listings and put it up there. And then if it sells, all the packing and getting to the post office. And I'm like, that is too much work. Y'all work hard doing this resale stuff. I have a lot of respect for everybody out there.
Seriously,
there's no way I will go into my office. For the couple people that may not know, I do a couple things in my life. I am a trauma therapist. And so I might go in at 8:00 in the morning and then see clients until 6:30 at night.
Right.
It's still easier work than doing the resale stuff. So
yeah, it's like I said, it's a lot of work, but I think even like the adrenaline of finding something worth that much money overdoes all the work just to know that you have something on the shelf that's worth hundreds of dollars that you found for a couple bucks. I mean, that's just that takes care of all the work. But it's a full-time job. I mean, anyone who says they want to resell and they don't realize you're putting more than 40 hours a week into this. Like it's not an easy job.
No.
So.
And here's what I have found too. I mean, because of the fact of what Ken does, besides when he goes out and sells and goes to the post office, it's basically in his house doing the the stuff, right? And so I don't think he has any social relationships that are 3D people anymore.
No,
they're all on video and,
yes,
and on Instagram and all that kind of social media.
yes.
And so when we have conversations at night, it is literally, I had to write them down because I can't remember. Like, this is how our conversations go. He'll say to me, oh no, does he ask me about my day or does he start talking about Anyway, we'll go for sake of the story. We'll say that he asked me about my day, but I don't know that actually happens. And then I can't say anything about anything that I do. I can't, I can't say, well, this client, and then that,
right. You can't talk about it.
Say anything, and I'll just go, yeah, I was busy. And then he'll start talking. And here's what I hear. I did have to write them down because I will forget everybody. It's like this because, and I think everybody either has these as their last names or everybody's got a CB handle, right?
Oh.
So it's like, oh yeah, today I talked to Jimmy Old School Flips and Joe Philly Picker and Paul Philly Flipper. And hey, by the way, did you think he was going to be as fatal as he was at the reseller?
Yep.
And then there's Cameron Gravity Goods and Larry Way Out One and Adam Baldy Pal Picking and Aaron Rebel Junk. And everybody has these names, right? And and it's not even that you ever say just Cameron or Larry. It's their CB handle or their last name. And half the time I'm like, gosh, is that everybody's last name? Is Larry's last name Way Out One, or is he just his last name One? And then are you like Mrs. Old School?
Yeah, I know.
That's own name.
That's what it's become. Mrs. Old School Flips. I love it though. That's so fun.
Yeah, my gosh. It is like it's a whole different language. It's like a secret club language or something, right?
I have had to actually try and learn. I either know everyone by their handle name and no one by their real name. And so I'm like, okay, I need to put real names along with these handle names. Otherwise, you'll say this name and I'll be like, wait, who's that with?
Yeah, right.
Yes, it's crazy.
So what did you think of the reseller, Allie?
That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Getting together with people who did the same thing, had the same goals, and just talking about it. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And like you said, the community is just so welcoming, I think. Like, and I understand, right? We're all doing the same thing. We all have the same goals. And even though competitors, but they're not really. Like, there's just so many people doing this that there's competitors everywhere with whatever business. How much can you grow yours? Like, that's the goal, right? How much bigger? So yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people still. I mean, it's crazy. We still talk to all those people we met. That's so neat. I mean, what other work event do you go to where you remember their names and you're like, oh, let me reach back out to them and see what's happening. What can I learn from them? Yeah, no, never. So it was good.
When he first asked me if I wanted to go with him, and I was like,
right.
Do you need me to? Right. And he's like, well, I would like it if you went. And I'm like, okay. It's going to be like this whole thing of one of these things is not like the other, right? Everybody's going to be a reseller but me. And then I couldn't remember what it was called. So I kept calling it the Rowdy Reseller Roundup, right?
I love it.
And I took 2 books with me because I'm like, this is probably going to be incredibly boring. And I'm just going to hole up in the room with books, right?
Yeah.
Right. I brought like the thesaurus and the Bible.
Right.
It's just like, I need big things to read. So, and then because here's what I pictured in my mind, and this is not a slam on anything.
No.
So, don't hear me say it, but I pictured it like a Star Trek convention. Right. So I'm going to be the one in the red shirt that's going to die by the end of the episode. Right. Okay. This is what's going to happen. Right. But it was really, really fun. I never cracked the book. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun meeting people and going with you guys was so much fun.
Yes.
Even though I was a big baby about all the cicadas.
Right. So was I.
Sure they were going to mate in this mop. So,
It's like, no.
Yeah. Oh, they're so gross. Yeah, I hate them so much. And that was a lot of fun, and it was good. It was good for Ken because he had, he was pretty excited about going, but he wasn't sure because he was just new to it, and nobody was going to know who he was. And he was like, how's this going to be? And everybody was super welcoming.
Yes.
And even, besides you guys, the people that like, if I were sitting by myself while he was off, people. Cameron came over, you know, and started a conversation with me. And I have a soft spot for him now just because of that.
Yes.
And Adam did, and Larry
Yes.
did.
Yep.
And I'm sorry. I mean, Cameron,
Yeah.
Gravity Goods,
Gravity.
Larry Way Out One, and Adam Baldy Palpic.
Right.
No, but those guys came over and just
they
hey, just
were.
included me in it, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. So.
Like I said, yeah, I agree. They were all so welcome. And it was crazy because I had never talked to any of them, even though Jimmy had communicated online. I had never reached out and said anything, but it felt like we knew everyone there.
Yeah.
And that was so awesome.
Yeah.
To feel like that, even though you didn't know anyone.
Right. It was almost instantaneous. It was awesome.
I loved it. I loved it. It was one of the best trips I've ever taken.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by everything, if that's
yes
the way to put it.
Yeah, because I can imagine, you know, I helped Jimmy resell, but I didn't do any of the computer stuff. I didn't, you know, I kept the shelves, I helped pick, but I could imagine if you didn't have part of that and you're just the spouse, you're like, I don't know if this is for me, you know? Right. But then you get there and it's just, it's easy to talk to everyone.
Yeah, it was awesome. Exciting. Yeah, my initial impression of everybody, you know, well, when we got out of the car and he met people there, but then, you know, we go to the David Hasselhoff restaurant, right?
Yes.
And then everybody all of a sudden is gone. And I'm like, I knew it. This is going to be some sort of weird horror movie where we're stuck in this.
What's happening?
Everybody all of a sudden is gone. And yeah. So anyway.
Yes.
But the thing going back to the hotel was awesome. So.
It was, right? It was meant to be that way. Like everyone was there. We could talk to whomever, mingle wherever. And then, the bartender and everything took care of us. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out great.
Yeah. I was very happy with it.
Yes.
Okay. So if I were going to do some perceived questions from the audience about Jimmy and Ken. Okay. So I came up with a couple. So what is Jimmy's favorite band or favorite song?
Oh, geez. Favorite band or favorite song. That's hard for me because he was raised in a total different genre than me. He was just listening to a song. Shoot. And see, I'm not familiar with any of those bands that he listened to. I will say, though, he does like, funny, Yellow Submarine.
Oh, really?
Yes, he does. Again, that's because of the genre that he was raised, his parents.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up with listening to any of that. And so that's all new to me. And I heard it, you know, maybe in a movie or, you know, something like that, but I didn't grow up on listening to any of that.
What did you listen to?
Country. My mom was a huge country fan. Yes. So all the old school country is what I know. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy, huh?
Well, you know, everybody's got something, right? No.
Right?
No, I can tell you that I listened to a lot of John Denver when I was growing up.
Okay.
And then also my cousin had given me all of his Three Dog Night albums. And then after he passed away, I listened to them over and over and over again, and they became my favorite band.
Right.
And I've seen them a bazillion times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just because it was, you know, it's kind of a way to kind of hang on to that. But I'll tell you my country music story really quickly.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, but there was a show called The Real World. Do you remember that show at all on MTV? Yeah. And the second season, there was a guy on there named John Brennan, and he was a country music singer. And so I happened to cross that show one night, just watching TV. I moved into this little tiny apartment, and now I think it was 93, maybe. Oh. And so I turned on the cable. And I'm like, what is this show? There's all these people living together, and they don't look like they go together. And there's all these weird things happening. And so me, because I'm a strange person, like, man, I really want to just let him know that I was really impressed with how he handled himself. And, you know, he purported himself to be a Christian, and he was very, you know, he's a very good person. And I just want to let this kid know how, you know, I was impressed with him. And so it was before Google, it was before anything like that. And I found where he was from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
And so I found the place where he sang, called Goldie's Best Little Opry House in Kentucky. And I found the phone number and I called there and I'm like, hey, I would like to write him a letter just to let him know how much I was impressed with him. And can I send it to you? And the person who answered the phone was Goldie's daughter, Nikki. And she said, why don't y'all just come down here? And I said, well, two things. I don't know where Owensboro, Kentucky is. And I don't know any country music. And she's like, you need to listen to country music and plan to come down here, right?
Oh my gosh.
So the next day I'm driving to work and I'm like, I need to turn on country music. If I'm going to go to Owensboro, I have to know what I'm listening to. And the very first song that I heard country music was Queen of My Double Wide Trailer.
Okay.
The Sammy Kershaw song. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do it. Like, I mean, the song was funny, but I can't do it. One time's funny. I had to pull over the side of the road and laugh, right? But I can't do it all the time. Well, luckily, there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff going on.
Right. That's so neat.
So I did actually go to Owensboro by myself the first trip.
Oh my gosh. How fun.
It was before anybody had cell phones. So I had to borrow my aunt. She's the only one I knew who had it. My dad was not going to let me go unless I had, right? So I had one of those ones and it was like a size of a suitcase.
Yes.
And then you had the metal antenna that you plop on top of the car, right? And that's how I went to Owensboro. And there was no rooms in Owensboro because it was the National Beagle Convention.
How funny.
And so I ended up, the very last phone call I made was to the Motel 6, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just going to try it. Well, it turns out that the people in Owensboro, Kentucky, that were managing the Motel 6, the husband taught at Mansfield Senior here in Ohio with my dad.
How
funny. Is Bruce Waite your dad? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, we'll find a room for you. So but that's my country music story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll tell you a couple things about Ken. He was, when we met, and I wish I would have had time to find the picture that I was going to hold up and show everybody. But when I met Ken, he was a drummer for a band, right? And his hair was coal black and it was very curly and it was parted in the middle and it was all the way down his back.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
To find that picture somewhere. I wish I would have had it, had the time, and it's awesome. And so he played a lot of rock, right?
Yeah.
But his very favorite song on the planet, and I'm sure he won't be happy that I'm sharing this, and so I hope Jimmy doesn't cut this part out.
Yes.
His very song, as he says, it's the best song ever written in the whole world.
Okay.
Is Bop by Hanson.
Oh my God. I love it.
Right?
That fits Ken perfect.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He DJ'd for a long time at different things, at parties and weddings.
Oh my gosh, so he knows.
It didn't matter. Like, Hanson was already grown up and had their own kids, and he was playing bop at every event that he did.
Heck yeah. Hey, I support that. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Jimmy was a big Korn fan when I first met him. Korn and hard rap, and then that kind of, he still likes Korn, but I don't hear him listen to hard rock like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, Korn, we're volunteering at so in our town, well, in my town, is it's called Incarceration, and it's a tattoo and music festival at the Reformatory where Shawshank Redemption was filmed.
Wow.
Yeah, and so Ken and I volunteer every year. Our friend is the one of the people that is employed by Destination Mansfield.
Okay.
And so they do the information booth at Incarceration. So we always volunteer, and we're volunteering the day that Korn will be there. So
how neat. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool to do that.
Huh.
So what's a secret about Jimmy that you'd like to share since he's not here?
A secret about Jimmy. Secrets. I don't know. I don't have any good secrets.
Or how about a fun fact? We won't even go secret. We'll go fun fact.
I'm not good at fun facts though. Gosh, I'll think of it later, I'm sure. We all know he has a hat obsession. I don't know where that came from. Fun fact, Jimmy and I have been together since I was 16.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So
just a couple years. Just like we celebrated our 22nd wedding anniversary this month, or last March.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
It is fun, yeah. Yeah, 16. Long time ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
How did you go to school together?
We did. Met at school. Met in high school. Yeah. Had Spanish class together. That was fun. Didn't learn a thing that year. Yeah. Then it's crazy. He actually dropped out and came back to school, and that year that he came back, we met.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yep.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah. So there, fun fact.
It is a fun fact. Ken and I did not meet in high school. Couple reasons. One would be because we went to 2 different schools in 2 different counties. And then there's that other fact.
What?
That when I was a senior in high school, Ken was in 5th grade.
I would have never.
Yeah.
No.
There's 6.5 years difference between us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never guessed it.
He looks a lot older than I do.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
I know, right? Right. I know he does. I will tell you.
He always says I'm older than him. He's always called me an old lady. So.
Are you older than him?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so.
3.5 years younger.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't think that you were. So yeah. Okay. Nice try, Jimmy.
Right. Nice try, Jimmy, but no one believes you.
Yeah, nope. No, I stink at math, and I didn't think that was good.
I teased him this month because, last month because he turned 46. And I kept telling him, you look like a 50-year-old. You're going to be 50 soon. He's like, stop. I'm not 50. And there's many years before that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Those decade changes are difficult.
40 was tough for me. I had to get over that little hump, but it happens, right?
Yeah. If I could tell you a fun fact about Ken, I would tell you that somebody once told him that he has a carnival waiting to happen, like a one-man carnival waiting to happen.
Yes.
Because I know that here's things that you guys don't know about him, is that he has an industrial size cotton candy maker, like that was in a store, right?
Oh my gosh.
He has a giant popcorn machine. He has a nacho and cheese warmer. He has a snow.
Is he trying to open a carnival? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I tell him, you need to be careful because you're either going to see a carnival or like don't set it up in your garage and invite a bunch of people over, right? No. Yeah, right. And he has a snow cone maker. Yeah, but it's not like little ones that sit on your counter. They're gigantic things.
Does he use these?
Yeah, but he is. I will tell you, this is something about him. He's probably, boy, I would say don't tell him I said this, but he's going to see it. So, he's the second funniest person I know. I'm the first.
Yes,
but he is the most creative person that I've ever met. He does an event every year for his family, like his extended family.
Yeah,
and they all come, and he does every year. There's a theme to it,
and
he goes all out. It's like not like, hey, his family likes Scrabble, so he builds a gigantic Scrabble. I mean, it's
fun.
It's a huge Connect 4 game, and he builds cornhole boards and makes the vinyl covers for them. And so
that is so neat.
One was peanut butter and one was jelly, and so everything is he goes all out for everything. And I did for 10 years, I did a 5K in honor and memory of my dad who died from mesothelioma to raise money for research.
Right.
So I said, hey, I want to do this. Will you help me? And it was kind of like a last minute thing the first year. And he kicked right in. And my finish line was a finish line that was a work of art. I mean, he created, the very first time I ran a 5K, my dad was a runner. And the very first time I went to do a 5K, because my body is not a runner body.
Mine either.
When I hit so hard, my back teeth rattled.
Oh, yes.
but that when I ran the first 5K and I was emotional anyway, right? And I come and he had made this big banner that he and my friend were holding up with, hold on, I'll show you this. So there's this picture of my dad that the newspaper took in the 70s when he was a runner.
Oh my gosh, how neat. I love them. I love them.
So there was this up there, and then my dad had a quote that he had on his blackboard in school that said, "The road to mediocrity is heavily traveled, the path to excellence seldom traversed." And so he had made this big vinyl banner that he and my friend were holding up for when I crossed the finish line. So we used that banner for the race for 10 years. And then he bought a big blow up red and white.
It's so creative. I love it.
Yeah. So he is
so fun.
Yeah. It's kind of like he will always tell you that I come up with an idea and then he makes it better.
Yeah.
But he's got some ideas. He's really good at that. So that's my fun fact about Ken.
That's cool. I like that. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have anything big planned for the summer?
Well, Jimmy's in Minnesota right now with Logan, the one that just graduated. So that was their little trip. And then we're doing the yard sale in August, the 127 mile yard sale. I think that's what it's called. I'll have to double check on that.
I think that is 120, but I didn't know what it stood for. I just knew it was 127, so.
I don't really know what it stands for. Is that how many miles it is?
I
know it goes through multiple states, so I don't know.
Is it your state?
No.
Oh, you're okay. You're traveling.
Yeah. He's driving to Tennessee and I'm flying into Tennessee. Nice. So he'll leave a couple days before I get there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you can bring stuff home.
Yep. And then he'll keep driving and then we'll drive up to Ohio and then I will fly home from Ohio and he will drive home. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. You're coming up for the Route 30 sales too, or the Lincoln?
Yes, that's what Ken was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Where are you guys staying? I already know.
Where are we staying?
Like that one lady's cabin.
Hey, he sent some pictures. It was beautiful. I can't wait to see the scenery around there.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, I bet. So that'll be nice. That'll be an actual, I think, vacation there. So everything else, I mean, it's vacation, but it's kind of work too. So
right.
But it's fun work, so it doesn't feel too bad. Like when we went to, Cincinnati, that was work based, but it was fun. So yeah, other than that, I don't think we have much planned. I need to do more traveling, but man, it's hard with work.
Yeah.
It's so easy for Jimmy to just say, "Hey, I want to go somewhere." I'm like, "Yeah, me too," but let me check the schedule at work.
Right.
So that's kind of a bummer, but we make it work.
And one thing for working for myself is, if I, because I left early on Thursday so we could go to Seville, and I either had to just cancel people or move them somewhere else,
right?
Because it's not like when you work for somebody and maybe you can say like, "Hey, I have this vacation time coming," but there's no vacation when you work for yourself,
right?
But I still wouldn't trade it, but yeah, so
exactly, yeah.
So my vacation will be when you guys come to Ohio.
Yeah, right. Good.
I may have to work a little bit, but so
yeah,
I'm not planning on doing a whole bunch. So
do you do it online as well, or do you do everything face to face?
When COVID first hit and our governor shut down the entire state, and there was all this stuff in counselor world about doing teletherapy, and I joined a couple groups, and I'm one of those people that I'm just not going to do teletherapy. I have to do the online training and certification in it because that's who I am. Right. And then the type of therapy that I do is called EMDR. Okay. And there are some programs out there that can actually do the EMDR part. It's like, I'm not going to get into it because people will nod off. But it's using bilateral stimulation of the right brain, left brain. But so I have tappers that people hold. Right. And so some of the programs have light bars, but I'm just not a fan of all of that.
You're more physical.
Yeah. And so I was out of the office for about a week, and then some of my clients were like, "Can we please come back?" And so, I told everybody, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you want me to, that's fine. Ken built a big plexiglass thing that was sat between the seats. Yeah.
Of course he did.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. Right. Because everybody just goes, hey, here's this big piece of plexiglass with PVC things that hold it up, right?
That guy. I love it.
So I did that. So I don't like teletherapy very much. And it just might be if somebody can't get in to see me for whatever reason, the price of gas.
Right.
Right. So I do see a couple, but it's not my favorite. So.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's more of a one-on-one, personal therapy, not
Right.
That's cool. That's
good. And part of the reason that when I told you, just bear with me, when you said about is because I took some notes just because I wanted to remember certain things like names and stuff. And then I realized I had left it at work because I had like a little tiny break today where somebody was going to be late, and I'm like, and then I left it right in my office. But literally, I work. If I ran, I could be there in like 2 minutes because so yeah.
Oh, neat.
That's why when I said I need a minute, I literally got in my car, drove to work, got myself. So,
By the way, just to let everyone know, and Jimmy, I will get credit for this. I ended up ending the broadcast before we even recorded. Somehow touching buttons I wasn't supposed to. So I, on my own, created this whole broadcast.
She did.
So props to me.
Yes. Yeah. When the whole first thing is, I'm like, I can't do any of that. She's going to have to be smarter than me when it comes to anything tech. So
right.
Terrible.
I don't know how I did it. I just pushed some more buttons. I was like, I think this is working. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had come here and I had started the broadcast and I thought, oh, I could probably pause it or something. No, it just start and end.
When I got in there and it said ended at 1 minute and 12 seconds, I'm like, man, it was like I don't even remember that.
It was great.
I was looking up there to see if I could find any pictures of Ken with long hair.
I know. That would be so trippy to see that. I just can't even picture him with that long of hair.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I'm going to find a picture. I'm going to post
it. I remember you guys saying that he was a drummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see that part of him either, though.
Really?
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he still rock out at home?
I think he sold his drum set in a garage sale or something, and then I bought him a set of an electric drum set or something, or whatever. Wow. A drum. I don't remember what I bought it. What it was.
Something musical.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. We put it with, I have this great big desire to learn how to play the banjo. I know it's crazy, but, so yeah, I've had the banjo. He bought me a banjo like a bazillion years ago. One of my toxic traits is I get something in my head and I want to do it. And then I end up with everything that I need to do it. And then I
know.
So
I know. I usually stop myself. I'm good. I don't know why I have this discipline, but I do the same thing where I'm like, ooh, I'd love to do this. And then I start looking at everything I need. And about halfway, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to buy all that. Yeah. So let's not do this. Thank goodness I do that because I don't know what would happen in this house if I didn't have that.
Yeah. My infamous thing that my friends always joke about is the fact that I was bound and determined I needed a rock tumbler probably about 2015.
Oh, geez.
And it's still, I got one, but it's still in the box. I haven't used it. And I have a distinctive vision of what I want to do with it, right? And now it's just finding time.
I know.
Right?
I know. I thought, once the kids are grown up, I used to love scrapbooking when they were little. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only have one scrapbook for the first child. I don't know what happened. Like, it's still my creativity's still there. I still want to do it, but where's the time?
Right.
Why do I have less time now than I did when I had little kids?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know what's happening with the world.
I know.
I feel like I just talked to someone today and he's like, yeah, I've been gone 15 months. And I was like, holy heck, it's been that long from work. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Where did that time go? I don't remember that happening.
I always say, one of my clients asked me today, hey, have you been downtown to see such and so? And I'm like, no. If it doesn't happen between my office and my house, literally,
I don't go out.
No, I don't even go to this. Today I went to Walmart. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't even go to stores.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Drug Mart is my store of choice. So if they don't have it, then
Yeah.
So And luckily, they started carrying some like fresh fruits and vegetables.
Do you order your groceries or what? How do
Mhm.
you not? So how do you get your groceries?
If I run into Drug Mart.
You just I just grab something right then and there.
Most of the time, I don't schedule a lunch during the day, and so I have a whole refrigerator full of protein drinks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I take those to work now too because it's hard to find time to take a break. Some days I just go, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3:00. I haven't eaten yet.
right.
And I leave in an hour and a half. So
Right. No point in it now. So
oh. But yeah. Jimmy
yeah.
says he has the same problem though at home. And I can totally, when I'm here during the weekends and I'm like, all right, let's get stuff done. Let's, work all day in the basement. That all day seems like it's only 4 hours and it's 5 p.m. And I'm like, how did that happen? It's just like you're in the dungeon and you don't realize time is just
for sure.
Going.
Yep.
So I don't like those days because I get a lot done, but I'm like, I only wanted to spend, 4 or 5 hours. I spent all day here. He's like, yeah, it happens. I'm like, I know. Yeah. I'm sure that's a problem with all resellers, though.
I'm sure that's
Once
true.
you get in the zone, you just go. And then it's like, but you feel like you didn't get anything accomplished either. I'm like, I went over there and I just cleaned everything. That should have took me 2 hours. Why did it take me 8? Jeez.
I'm sure if you have to dust all that stuff behind you.
No, that's his stuff. He just rearranged that to it. Oh, fun fact. That was fun watching Jimmy rearrange his shelves to be matching.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Does he have a lean towards OCD?
Only with that stuff. I'm like, where's the OCD when it comes to the laundry pile or the dishes? So funny because my boys are the same way. Like they like their area clean, and I'm finding that out now because like Kobe, my oldest, just started working at the same company as me, but in a different department. And it's funny to hear him talk because he's like, man, I just want to get this cleaned up. I hate having all these emails. And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? What about your dishes and your clothes? Like I've never seen you stress over that. It's so funny. Jimmy's the same way. It's crazy. Yeah, that stuff, OCD right there.
You need to take some of those and hide them between the laundry piles.
Right.
You have to fold that.
I don't know where that's at. Yeah, I don't know where. I'm not OCD. I just like to have a place for everything. Having this business, though, that doesn't exist anymore, honestly. I find stuff just sitting somewhere, and I'm like, this is for resale. Why is it here? Like, what's happening? Yeah. Overloaded here.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
Right.
It's got to be sold, right?
Right. Yeah, I think too for Ken's house, it's when I walk in, it's like there's just racks of inventory in his living room, and so
he doesn't have a basement or anything, does he? It's just a 1 floor. Oh yeah, I don't know what we would do if we didn't have this basement. This saved him and eBay.
Yeah, right.
Because I just don't have the room for it all. I don't know how people do it if they don't have a basement or a shed.
Right. Now, so Ken has a garage, and I will be honest, his garage is, and again, I'm not very good judge of things, but I would say the garage is probably 3 times as big as the house.
Oh my God.
It's a big garage, maybe twice as big. I don't know. He's probably going to call me on it. No, it's not, but it's big. He built it after he bought the house. The house is smaller, and literally the garage, if you look at the house from the road, you can see the garage behind it.
Yeah, so it is bigger, right? That's crazy. Does he keep inventory in there as well? Yeah. I don't know how, I feel like it gets too hot here and too cold. We would have to, I don't know how people do that either with sheds and stuff. They have to be either insulated with an AC or heat. Because I don't know anywhere. I mean, at some point in every state, it's going to get too hot and too cold.
Right.
So that's scary to me. We did have inventory though in the garage for a while, and then we'd have electronics just in our room, you know, like just have a shelf of electronics, because most everything else is pretty durable, but now we have too many electronics to do that. So, but yeah, I am grateful and thankful for this basement.
I imagine so.
Yes, helps so much. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about.
Well, did we make enough fun of them? Let me see. Is there anything else I need to make fun of him? Wait a minute. I have note after
She's
note.
got notes, people.
Like
Notes.
No.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. This is a podcast, so they don't really see us unless they want to see us.
Oh, right. That's true.
So, I don't know. Maybe we didn't do enough describing.
Yeah.
I think we did, though.
I think we did. I don't think we did too many visual things.
No.
What was I going to say about something about him? Maybe I was done making. Am I done making fun of him? I did ask him beforehand. I'm like, are you going to get your feelings hurt if I make fun of you? And he's like, no, you can say whatever you want. And I'm like,
watch how you say that.
Like making fun of something, and he'd be like, and I'm like, if you get hurt, if you get butt hurt over this, right? If I really unleash,
right?
So maybe
I don't really. It's easier to pick on Jimmy when he picks on me first. Like I try to rebuttal with something. I'm not a good rebuttaler.
Yeah,
I don't do it well. But it's easier to try to at least pick on him at that point. So,
I can totally make fun of Ken on this. I know that he was talking smack on the podcast and everything about how he wins every year on
bingo?
the bingo.
Jill says no.
Because so we did the whole thing where we came up, I'm sure he'll talk about it, but where we came up with the different things. And the one that he likes that just makes me nervous. I don't know why. I don't get nervous about being a fool, but it's the fish tank one where you go up to somebody who's selling a fish tank and said, does this come with fish? And tartar sauce. Yeah, it's the and tartar sauce part. I don't know why. I think they're going to be like get their feelings hurt. What if they were super
right?
This is their pet fish, and it probably died. That's why the tank's here, right?
Right.
And
that's why they're selling the tank,
eating it, right? And so I'm like, oh my gosh. So we pull up to the very first sale on Friday, and I look over, and there's a fish tank, and I literally tripped out of the truck, and I'm like, don't get out of the truck. And he's like, why? And I'm like, ribs. So I like run up there, and I'm like, does this tank come with fish and tartar sauce? And the guy's like, what? And I'm like, does it? Like,
yes or no, does it?
I'm okay and then the guy played along, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, that one's done. I
love it. I love it, but at the same time, like Jimmy is so focused when he is sourcing. I have to pick like the appropriate time to joke with him. Otherwise, he's like, I'm trying to look this up. So I feel like it's just extra work out there. But it sounds so funny. Like I probably wouldn't find anything on those days because I'd just be like, I'm getting this and this.
Well,
and that's fun.
And so I think the thing that I think is fun, and I think he did that in like one of the lives where he filmed himself with our friend Jenny, and because we didn't know her before the sales, and one year we were like bantering back and forth because we are kind of ruthless to one another. And it was when we had, because we'd done the bingo game, but we also used to do just a scavenger hunt list, and you had to find certain items. Now it's more like an Impractical Jokers episode, right? Yeah. How can you make the other one look stupid or feel stupid? And we're not the people, but and it was finding items. And so a couple years ago, she kind of like, we were like racing up there to find something. And so she started asking us about it. And it was pretty cool because this year then, as we got out of the truck, as we were going up there, she's like, hi, friends.
That's cute.
And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Which is nice that people remember you.
Yes.
In one way, or have you made such an ass of yourselves, right?
No.
Asses of yourselves. And that's why they remember you. Oh, here come those two freaky people.
Right? Here they come again. Be careful.
Right. And when we went to that estate house, the son was there, and he's like, I remember you guys. And I'm like, oh God, I just never know.
What do you remember? Yeah. Is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah. So
I love it. Do you guys, so did you film that with the scavenger hunt and the bingo? Did you guys ever film those?
I think he may have.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
especially if there's more of you. Like, I know one-on-one, it's kind of hard because you're both trying to get it, but yeah, if there's more of us, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it was very fun. Some of the things, what did he have on that he tried on? One of the things we had to do was try on an article of clothing and then walk with it, wearing it, walk like you were walking the catwalk, and then start singing "I'm Too Sexy for My."
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, so I actually tried this one sweatshirt or hoodie on, and then I was like, no, I don't want that one, and I forgot to do it, and then he did it with whatever, I forget what he tried on, and I'm like, oh crap, I had something on and I forgot to do it.
Yes,
yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, one of them was to find an item for $0.25, and then see if you can get another person to buy it for you.
For more, or just for $0.25?
Mm-hmm. Would you buy this for me? It's only $0.25. And then if they buy it for you, then you give them $1. Right?
Oh,
right. So yeah, we both got that one. So there were some.
Who comes up with these?
He came up with some, and I came up with some.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So, and then he puts them in some random generator and comes up with bingo cards that are different. So, it was the same items, but they were juxtaposed differently. So,
So are we playing that when we come out there?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm excited.
We should play boys against girls because you will win.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will win. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
We will win, honey.
Right. We will win. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's fun. I love that. I love stuff doing that. Yeah. Just makes it so much better, right? Mm-hmm. It's not always work.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus the fact I'm learning. But again, I think I find stuff from my childhood, and I'm like, everybody wants a Donny Osmond doll,
How much is this? Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a single stitch David Cassidy shirt? Right. Whatever. And then he's like, oh, look, here's a whatever. I don't even know.
I know. And you know what surprises me is stuff that I think is going to be valuable. And I look it up and I'm like, it's $3, right?
Yeah.
And then Jimmy will have something. I'm like, who's going to buy that? He goes, no, it goes for like $70. And I'm like, what? That stuff blows my mind. But that's why you have to look everything up.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right.
Because some stuff I just cross and I'm like, oh, no one's going to buy that. No one's going to buy that. And I need to get rid of that mentality because it's like, no, just look it up. See who's buying that and for how much. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I like when he tells me, or, I've decided that, some couples have songs, like, oh, this is our song.
Yeah.
Our song has become the cha-ching on his phone. He sells something on eBay because he gets super happy during that time. So, right. If I go, oh, you're the best person I know. Would you like me to buy your dinner? And he'd be like,
yeah.
But let that cha-ching go, and it's like, woo. So,
Yep. I think that's for every reseller, man.
Yeah.
When you learn what that cha-ching can do, you're like, oh, what did I sell?
Right. And I'll say, what did you sell? And they'll tell me, and I'll be like, really?
Really? How much? Yeah. Right. Yep.
Crazy.
Yes. But
yeah, he did one good thing at Christmas, I'll tell you. And okay. So he was telling me, I sold these things, and I'm like, oh, what did you sell? And he said, I sold a plush, and it was Clifford the Big Red Dog. I literally burst into tears because my best friend passed away right before the reseller rally. And one of the things that my best friend used to tell me is, like, he only ever read one book in his whole life, and it was Clifford the Big Red Dog. Right? And so I had never shared that with Ken. So when he tells me about Clifford, I'm like, oh, right? And then he got me one. He had 2 plush. I said plush. Look, everybody, I'm getting it.
Right. So, look at the terminology.
2 Clifford plush, and he gave me one with the book, and that was very sweet. So, right. I know. I just ended on a sweet note.
That's nice.
We got to come up with something now because I can't. That's like, I'm gonna have to go brush my teeth after that.
Too sweet.
I gave myself a cavity. So
that's sweet. I love it.
Yeah, that's something.
Well, I think they have enough to work with here.
Yeah,
Good. That was fun.
it was fun.
Yes.
I was looking forward to it. It's something different, and
Yeah.
I don't have to sit here and type client notes all night. Or I'm the office that I'm renting. The landlord, it's a half of a. There's a dentist on the other half. And,
okay.
he said to me, I will renovate it for you, because it was a massage therapist before me.
Okay.
So one of the rooms, I hope nobody watches this that knows her. But anyway, so she had some interesting paint choices. So one office was navy blue.
Okay.
And then one office was hunter green with a tan ceiling. And then the room from hell was dark red with a dark brown ceiling.
Ooh.
Yeah. So so my landlord said, if you want to renovate it yourself, I'll let you do it all. And then you don't have to pay me rent.
Oh.
And it's taken forever, but all the major painting is done. And that red room took 3 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint, and 3 coats of ceiling paint. And I will punch anybody that ever says, I'm thinking about painting this room red, right? Over my dead body.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Right. So that project is coming to an end. So every time a project comes to an end, I'm like, look at all the free time I'll have.
Right? I'm the same way. I have to have something going, I feel like, all the time. But I'm like, why do I need that?
Mm-hmm.
But I do like some downtime. I'm like, okay, I just got done with doing that. Let's just relax for the next couple hours at least. But yeah, I'm always like, oh, what's my next project? What can I do? But eBay keeps me really busy. So
yeah,
I have a lot of downtime.
Yeah. I think we're conditioned to do that, like, yeah, I like to be busy too. And this year we're not doing the race. We did it for 10 years and I decided to take a break from it. And then I'm kind of like, gosh,
I have all this free time.
Yeah.
I don't have to get ready for it. I don't have to do it.
We went to a garage sale here in town a few weeks ago, and as we're walking up the thing, I see the guy who's running the sale is wearing a Bruce Waite 5K shirt.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, hey, nice shirt. And he goes, yeah, thanks. And I'm like, no, I'm Jill, and he's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And he goes, how come you're not having it this year? We really enjoyed it. And I'm like, no,
don't talk me into it. Don't talk me into it.
Yeah. I swear I'm not going to. Right. Anyway.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, it's all right for now. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens in the future. You never know. Maybe I'll come up with something else. I have a couple other events in my head that I might do. So we'll see.
Good. Yeah. Good. Awesome. All right, lady. Well, I don't want to end the broadcast yet because I don't know if that'll race you. I don't know if I'll lose you. So I'll end it when we're done.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, I think we're done. That was fun.
It was fun.
It was good.
I don't think maybe. Oh, I was going to say two things.
Okay.
What if everybody likes us better than they like the boys? And they want us to come back.
And then we have to do the show every. They do it every Monday now is when it comes out. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and be careful, boys.
Right. We're coming for you. And then the second thing I was going to say is I think it would be fun if anybody wants to, down in the comments, ask us questions about the guys.
Yes.
And we can honestly answer the questions. And I'm Kacherka 25, which just basically my family lineage on my dad's side is Serbian.
Oh.
And Kacherka means daughter in Serbian.
I love it.
Yeah. So
that's pretty. That's pretty.
So if you have any questions about Jimmy or Ken, just ask them in the comments and Sonia will answer them.
We will answer them.
Mm-hmm. Whatever they are.
I like that. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, good.
All right.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it was good seeing you, and we'll see you in a couple months too.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh, that's probably the funniest story I've ever heard. I think we got to end it
on video.
We got to end it on that right there. It's been a great episode. We've been on here for a while now. So, hey, thanks for everybody for listening, and catch us next time here on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.